A meeting in Paris. How does the Bureau of International Expositions estimate the preparations of Astana to host the Expo? Adventures of Indiana Jones. Special mission of traveler Dmitry Petrukhin. What is the connection between ice cream cones and World's Fair? We'll travel to St. Louis of 1904. The Prime Minister informed Vicente Losartales on the final phase of developing the registration dossier of the full concept of the World's Fair. The full concept will include the design sketches of the future Expo pavilions, scientific basis of the main topic of the Expo, energy of the future, calculation of its feasibility and successfulness. According to Sergei Akhmetov, a detailed action plan will be presented in Paris as early as in December of this year. Never during my entire career in this organization have I seen another country who worked quicker, more efficiently and effectively. Kazakhstan is taking all the necessary steps to get prepared for hosting the fair. 50 experts from different countries have taken part in the international competition. The results of the contest will determine the idea that will be used to design the future pavilions of the Expo. Kazakhstan was ranked in top 20 countries that are ready for change. The new change readiness rating was developed by KPMG International in partnership with Oxford Economics. A new study by KPMG International brought an interesting insight to the capacity of countries to respond to change caused by natural disasters or longer-term trends like technology, demographics, global competition and investment. The study included 90 countries, measuring them across 26 components to compare capabilities in the areas of business environment, government, social and human capital. Government strategic planning and horizon scanning are the major contributing factors for Kazakhstan in receiving a high change readiness index. According to the experts, a number of low-income countries have greater capacity and readiness to change as compared to some of the more developed countries. Dmitry has traveled more than 200,000 kilometers, which is almost halfway to the moon. He will overcome another 300 kilometers through Amazon jungles to the capital of Brazil and then to the marvelous city of Rio de Janeiro. Dmitry also plans to visit Iguazu Falls, and these routes are just a little part of his adventures. Our expedition follows the route of the famous Indiana Jones. We've been to Jordan, in Petra, and the rocky city where the film was shot. But the Kazakh traveler is on a different mission, and we dare to say that he is on a more important one. Dmitry is visiting these places not for leisure only, also to charge the young and the old, the rich and the poor with his positive energy. He invited people to attend the Astana Exposition in order to promote the idea of future energy collectively. We will definitely travel from Montevideo to your country. I think that such cultural exchange is very important and necessary in modern times. Cultural exchange happens on every corner. Instead of traditional gasoline, the Kazakh biker fills the tank of his motorbike with alcohol. This is what the locals call the new kind of fuel. The new fuel allows the biker to get to the next destination, the largest hydroelectric power plant in South America, located on Parana River. The dam is stretched to 7,235 meters and is considered as one of the greenest in the world. It is very popular among tourists who travel there on electric vehicles. The station opened in 1977. Since then, our country, as well as many neighboring countries, have no troubles with electricity supply. These dams are considered one of the cleanest sources of energy. The Itaipu Dam has a fish passage channel, which makes it one of the most environmentally friendly in the world. We are happy to show this construction to travelers like you. Dmitry did not expect to meet so many like-minded people on his way.
Нам прохода не дают. Нас видят, что
People stop to talk to us, they see that we are not locals, they see the bikes, the numbers and the flag, all become very interested, and we don't mind telling them who we are, where we are going. We exchange souvenirs and stickers. Bikers community of whole Latin America gathered in Brasilia for a festival where Dmitry gave a speech. We have arrived from Rio de Janeiro. Our 1,300 kilometers long trip wasn't easy, but when we met the biker from Kazakhstan here at the festival, we were surprised. But the Kazakh ambassador of goodwill is already in a hurry to get to Paraguay, 7 years en route, 80 countries of the world behind. He had previously campaigned for Kazakhstan when the country submitted its bid for hosting the Expo. United States have hosted several international expositions, but the one in St. Louis was the loudest and most spectacular. It took place between April and November 1904, and it included a lot of celebrations, festivals and events. It also coincided with anti-cigarette campaign and the Third Olympic Games. A distinctive feature of the exhibition in St. Louis was its scope. Only one agriculture pavilion occupied 324,000 square meters. As part of the exhibition, 1,500 new buildings were built that were linked with each other by 120-kilometer-long walkways. It took weeks to walk through the main pavilion and spectate all the exhibit items. Almost all the buildings were constructed from plaster and designed for limited use. However, the two buildings of the Expo still remain in use. They host the Art Museum and the Historical Museum of St. Louis. During the exposition in St. Louis, an ice cream making machine was on display for the first time. The visitors were also introduced with an unknown drink, at the time called iced tea. Richard Bletchendon, a British tea merchant who sold Indian tea at the show, wanted to increase the popularity of black tea among Americans, since green tea was more popular in the States back then. Fearing the summer heat and that it would be hardly possible to find anyone who would try hot tea, Bletchendon added ice in the tea. Since then, the invention became very popular and spread quickly throughout the world. Many Americans remember the exhibition as idyllic years that preceded the two world wars. The nostalgia was permeated in the film Meet Me in St. Louis, which tells the story of an American family living in St. Louis at the time of the World's Fair in 1904.
Skip to Malou. Put on your Sunday go-to meeting and I'll take you by the hand. If you will be my dancing partner, we will dance to beat the band. So join the promenade and lead the big parade. And if you don't get home at all, your pa will understand.